Today, as I was walking home from church, it dawned on me. I haven't driven a motor vehicle in over 6 months. It's kind of weird to me since before I came to Korea, I drove a car almost every day. Now I just take buses, taxis, or subways. But oddly enough, I like not having to drive. I save money on gas and maintenance. I also meet lots of interesting people, and I get some interesting stories out of it. Plus, I honestly don't think I would survive driving a car on the streets of Korea. I would die in a car crash. A fiery one. A bad fiery one. Not the good kind. But anyway, driving here seems to be really aggressive. I've ridden on buses that have almost hit cars before. That was kind of scary. People will run red lights, even onto crosswalks that people are crossing. Most of my students in the past 2 months have usually come into class with a cast on their foot. Why? Because their feet were run over. And speed limits, they don't exist here. Last week I rode a taxi from Seoul back to where I live, and the driver hit 120 miles per hour while on the highway. I was so nervous riding in the taxi that I'm pretty sure I left permanent grip marks on the handle of the car door. But at least you get to where you want to go really quickly. And a lot of drivers are actually kind of friendly. If they speak enough English, they will usually strike up some kind of conversation with you, as simple as it may be, about the weather, where you're from. But one driver told me that I look like Thor. I'm going to assume that is the Norse god or slash Marvel superhero. And so therefore I accepted that compliment happily. But of course, you come across the occasional grump, and it's okay. But riding the bus can be a little more interesting, mostly because if you stand on the bus, you get a workout. How? Because the drivers drive the buses as if the buses were cars and not giant pieces of metal, bigger than cars. They speed, they make really tight turns. I'm pretty sure one bus I rode on almost tipped over because the turn was so tight. So when you stand on the buses, you usually, or at least I do, grip onto some kind of handle, whatever you can get your hands on, for dear life, because you will fall on your butt or on your face. Something, you're going to fall if you don't hold on to something. And trying to stand in one place and not run into people or step on other people's feet will usually use every muscle in your legs. Plus, I did meet some pretty nice people on the bus before. Usually kids will say hello and ask where I'm from. And whenever I tell them that I'm from America, they go, "Oh, America! Good job!" Thumbs up and everything. Love it. But by far the funniest person I met on the bus was a guy that I met while my family was here. We were all riding on the bus, and this guy behind my mom almost fell. And as he was almost falling, he yelled, "Shit!" And then my mom and my brother started laughing. And the guy's like, "Oh, you know what I said?" And of course they said yes. And he said that he likes to use American, or English, bad words. He did say American. But he likes to use American bad words because the Korean ones are just too dirty. And also because the American bad words have so many uses. And then he started to name all the different ways he could use the word shit. Cow shit, dog shit, all that kind of stuff. It's very funny. But while I ride the bus more often than I do any of the other ones, I think I like the subway the best. Mostly because when I ride the subway, it's at least an hour-long trip. So I have time to read, write, or just listen to music, or watch movies or TV on my iPod. And I'm usually not interrupted or distracted because everyone on the subway is very quiet. Except two different kinds of people. You have people that sell stuff on the subway, and they usually try to sell like cucumber slices you put on your face. There have been dudes running around with extremely dried cucumbers like grafted onto their face. And then there's beggars. Usually the beggars are pretty legit. Uh, they're usually, I think I've seen a deaf one in a wheelchair, one with cerebral palsy. And they're always very nice, and they're usually like selling little sticks of gum. I usually give money to them just because, why not? But anyway, but then there's some that don't look quite so legitimate. Like yesterday, I was riding on the subway, and there was a guy walking and doing a very bad job of acting like he had cerebral palsy, and he had like perfectly placed yellow streaks in his hair, and I just thought, if you need to beg for a living, then why are you wasting the money that you get on hair stuff? Unless begging in Korea is more about your looks than I originally thought, because begging is a business for pretty people, apparently. But really, I don't think anyone like that will ever get my money. And there's also subway etiquette. You gotta be nice on the subway. 1, be quiet. Don't yell, because then you'll just be like a douchebag. And 2, if you see an old lady, old man, pregnant lady, or someone disabled, you give up your seat if there are none available. But the best part about that is, most of these people are extremely nice, so if you give up your seat and they get off the train before you, they will make sure you get your seat back. I have had old ladies shove me back into the seat before because they didn't want anyone else to take it. And that's very nice. It's kind of like karma. But as much as I like riding the public transportation and all that stuff, I do miss driving my car. But I'll get over it, I'm sure. Anyway, I will be sending stuff home to my parents soon. Namely like this Chewbacca cell phone charm, and some other stuff, like a Winnie the Pooh sandwich maker. I love mine, so I'm pretty sure that my parents will love it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Since I'm sending stuff to my parents, I will also be sending something to whoever is the first person to correctly guess where I got the title of my last blog post from. Yes, this is a ploy to get comments because I feel lonely, and I am not ashamed to admit that. Please comment. I miss people. Well, I have people here, but I miss my American people. And so comment. Make me feel loved. I need it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this and listening to me talking about stupid stuff. Bye!